All right, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for a short prayer and a salute to our flag. Almighty God, grant us the wisdom to make those decisions that are in the best interest of all of our residents. May the Heavenly Father of us all bless those who have given the ultimate sacrifice and service to our nation, and may He watch over and protect our servicemen and women now guarding the gates of freedom. Salute to our flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. Statement of publication, please, Jessica.
Take notice that this regular meeting of the mayor and council being held this 11th day of April 2022 has been advertised and posted in accordance with Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975.
Roll call, please.
Councilpersons Conti. June 4.
Here.
Mar.
Here.
Novak.
Here.
Noha.
Here.
Roberts.
Thank you all. Can we have the approval of prior minutes, please, of the mayor and council? Council president?
I'm sorry. I'd like to make a motion to approve the prior minutes from March 28th, 2022, regular and agenda sessions.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilpersons Mar.
Yes.
Conti.
Yes.
June 4.
Yes.
Novak.
Yes.
Noha.
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, while there are no proclamations or presentations listed on today's agenda, there is a special announcement that I would like to make before Elise comes up to give her presentation. So Elise, would you please come forward for 1 second, please? So I know that you came bearing goodies.
I did.
You did, which always makes us happy. So Elise Barone is our recycling coordinator in everything else under the sun that we can ask for. But for those that did not know, Elise, you have actually just been honored by the Middlesex County Improvement Authority for the 2021 Curbside Recycling Coordinator of the Year. And she's ours. She's ours. She's ours. So on behalf of Executive Director Polos and James Nolan, you were recognized for your years of hard work and dedication in managing Cerevel's recycling program and creatively educating, coordinating, and promoting proper recycling protocols throughout our town. And I know everybody in Middlesex County, when there is something to be recycled, they come to you for how to get it done. Thank you so much for all the work you do for us and throughout the entire county. You are an absolute dynamo. Love it. With that, you have goodies.
Well, I gave you goodies, but I only had a minute, so I'm kind of done. I gave you all bags because you all know that the plastic bag ban is starting May 4th. And whether we like it or not, it's here. It's here. So I brought bags for everybody, some little smelly things for your car that says, please remember your bags, some information, because whether we like it or not, it's going to be here and we're all going to forget our bags. So these are awesome bags. I love these. I got them all through a grant, 2 grants.
Ooh.
So they have cost the borough nothing. My last
Also.
grant was, thank you, 5,000 for the last grant. So I'll be giving these out at the senior center, at the sports events, at the schools, at our Earth Day cleanup event on April 23rd. Here's my little plug. Usually what I do, and I don't want to take too much of your time because I know you have a pretty big agenda, but what I do, and I usually come and I bring games. And so I never give anything away for nothing without playing a game. But because we have some time restraints, I'm just going to read some of the answers to the games because I thought this was really important that everybody knew. Because there is a reason behind the plastic bag ban. So very quickly, plastic pollution has become one of the world's most pressing environmental problems. Americans use some 100 billion plastic bags each year. See, there is a reason that we're doing this. Marine debris affects over 800 different species of animals. At least 8 million tons of plastics end up in our ocean every year. The average American family takes home 1,500 plastic bags a year. That's a lot of plastic bags. And plastic bags are used for an average of 12 minutes. Nobody's gonna like this next one. People digest approximately 5 grams of plastic weekly, which is the average weight of a credit card, because the fish are eating plastics. We are eating the fish. So we are consuming what they say as an average of a credit card a week. If it's like me, it's probably more because I like fish. Approximately 1/2 pound a year, which is the weight of 10 AA batteries, and in our lifetime, 40 pounds in a lifetime. So the DEP said this is really important. New Jersey has probably one of the strictest rules in the country. They're trying to say, change the name to Get Past Plastics, because that's what's really important. So May 4th, you will see no plastic bags or paper bags in any food store over 2,500 square feet. Macy's will still have paper bags if they choose to give them. Restaurants can do plastic bags, but no styrofoam. So start putting them in your car, and we actually have no other choice. So we're gonna learn how to do it better. So that's really it, because I don't want to take too much of your time.
And if you forget, Elise, I think I read that they will sell them. They'll sell the reusable bags if you forget.
Right, so you can, so I'm curious as with ShopRite, I mean, they're selling, I did approach ShopRite to try and give out bags to our residents. They're not getting back to me. But they will sell them. Some people will be able to wheel them out. You can use cloth bags, hemp bags, you know, there's a whole bunch of different kinds you can use. So they will. Some of them you're gonna just have to try and remember to bring them. So yes, bring your bags.
Thank you.
And it'll become a habit. By next year, it'll be in our car. So that's all I had to say.
Thank you, Elise. Thank you for that presentation. Much appreciated. Moving on with our agenda, do we have any need for exec session?
No, Mayor.
Okay, then we are going to move forward with old business. We have public hearing on the following ordinances. Jess?
Ordinance number 11-22, an ordinance amending chapter 2 administration to amend subsection 2-15.5 fees of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Saraville.
At this time, I'll open to the public for any and all comments regarding this ordinance and this ordinance only. Seeing nobody from the public. Nicole, do you see anybody on your end? Okay, then I will entertain a motion. Councilwoman Mar, please.
I'm reading adopt an ordinance.
That is correct, yes.
Thank you. I move the public hearing be closed, the ordinance adopted on second and final reading and advertised according to law.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilpersons Mar,
Yes.
Conti,
Yes.
Dunfor,
Yes.
Novak,
Yes.
Enoha,
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to new business. I see none. Did I miss an appointment? No, I didn't believe so.
Did the Historical Society wanted to get?
Oh.
Say what you had right now? Can we do
Sure,
that?
of
I'm
course.
sorry. I knew
Come
you
on
were
up.
here.
Our official historian and our, there you go.
So we came to
Name and address, Dave.
Name and address
Better say you-
for the record.
David Posky, 71 Zaleski Drive. So we're here on behalf of the Saraville Historical Society to formally invite the mayor and council to, we're doing an event October 22nd to commemorate the 10th anniversary of Superstorm Sandy. Program will include videos, artifacts, pictures, and guest speakers. We are asking residents to donate or loan items to be displayed at the museum that day for commemorative displays. In addition, if you're interested to be videotaped with your experience, you can also contact us. Items can be dropped off at the museum, which is 425 Main Street in Saraville, on Sundays when the museum is open from 1:30 to 4. And also we're doing April 23rd and the 30th from 1 to 3.
April 23rd and 30th.
Correct, from 1 to 3 at the museum.
Anything else to add? I saw the glasses, so I know. Go ahead, Frank.
I wear glasses now. Frank Terzino, 32 Canal, Bartown. Vice President, Historical Society. Just want to add a couple of things here. We had several meetings already. We have our own subcommittee. We had several meetings. We've collected some items. We have over 2,000 pictures that people have loaned us temporarily. We're still in the planning stages. We started interviews started yesterday by Joe DeRoll. He's the guy I videotaped the football games. He does a great job. So he's video interviewing people that for experience. We have borough officials, I'm not gonna name names right now because it's an incomplete list, that have come forward and want to be part of this remembrance. The point is that several came together, tragic hit, neighbor helped neighbor. It was unbelievable. People, you probably have stories. I have some stories. Like I said, we're still developing. It's in preliminary stages. That day, we're gonna have support dogs. We're gonna have support dogs there. If anybody, because I spoke to some person in Morgan and the person was in favor, but she didn't want to be interviewed, but she had tears in her eyes. She said, that's a great idea. She said she may show up. I know I spoke to a guy in Morgan who saved 2 or 3 of his neighbors hanging on. So it was a bad scene and we all came out of it. Well, some came out good, some not so good, but we're several strong and we really did a town pulled together, everybody. So we, like I say, October 22nd is our day. More details coming. We're still planning. And I think that's it for now.
Put more things together.
You do a great job, I know, getting the word out through your social media platforms as well, but this is something that our entire community, we continue to feel. I'm certain nobody here can forget where they were or what happened for those weeks. It's forever ingrained in my mind as well, and my daughters. Give us the opportunity to help us get that word out, because that's one of the reasons why we put together our Facebook page, our Borough Blast, so we can help to let the people know that, yeah, we're still here and we haven't forgotten.
Yep.
And I love the idea of having the support dogs and just the support of one another.
Right.
Very nicely. I appreciate you putting this together, not just from that historical perspective, but to come together. Thank you both.
I forgot to mention, so the name of it is Superstorm Sandy. 10 years later, we want to do Sayreville before, during when Sandy hit, and then how we recovered and how it is today.
I love it. Like a virtual time capsule in essence. I like that.
Correct.
Very good.
We have a flyer and the Constitution for everybody up here.
Love it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Frank.
Hey, Mike, I think I threw my card in there. I believe I stayed with my card on there.
If not, the flyer has the
Okay.
info.
This looks great. Did you put your card in there?
there it is. Okay.
We have it. It's right in there. Well done. Anything else, gentlemen?
We'll be probably calling on you in the future.
Of course.
Okay, the community effort, nobody's left behind. We're gonna make it a good thing.
I love it. Perfect. Thank you so much. This will be here before we know it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
When I brought it, my wife brought it up 2 years ago, like, man, we got time. And here it is. It's like.
Here it is.
Here it is.
Right.
We're good. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. With that, we'll move on to, go
I just
ahead.
make a plea to the residents that are watching this. If you have any artifacts, pictures, contact the museum. It'll help, with the program and. That's
We're
right.
gonna need a bigger museum. We're gonna need a bigger boat, right? Isn't
I
that
have
what
an
they?
idea for that too.
Yeah. Different, that's a different meeting though. New business then, introduction. We have no new business for introduction of any additional ordinances. So we're going to move right on to consent agenda resolutions. At this time, if there is anybody from the public or online that wishes to speak on any or all consent agenda resolutions, please stand and come forward or raise your hand online. Seeing none. Okay, nothing on my end either. So I will entertain a motion to close the public portion and accept consent agenda resolutions.
I'd like to make a motion to close the public portion and accept the agenda resolutions.
Roll call, please.
Councilpersons Mar,
Yes.
Conti,
Yes.
Tofor,
Yes.
Novak,
Yes.
Noha,
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes.
Okay, moving on then to our Borough Attorney, Mr. Dupont, we have a revision of the community garden ordinance.
Yeah, you know what, there's been a request, instead of putting the community garden under the Parks and Rec, to put it on the environmental committee, and I just need authorization to do that, and then also to add the $50 fee, rather than to the fee ordinance, add it to this ordinance.
Okay, so at this time then, do I need a council to make that motion in order to make that change?
I'd like to make a motion to revise the garden ordinance.
May I ask a question before we second?
Sure.
What is the motivation to move it under environmental?
Yeah, go ahead.
So environmental is the group that formulated the garden, and they're the ones directly involved.
Also, they have, yeah.
Their tomato.
It's their tomato.
They,
Okay.
they also have some experts. I had the opportunity to go to the community garden just this past, not this weekend, the weekend before. And the people on the environmental commission, they're really the experts in this. So from master gardeners, not to mention our Boy Scouts, especially Gavin, who was working to put together all those boxes. I'm super excited to see this really come to fruition the way that they envision it. So I do think that it makes sense to put under that environmental commission. There is so much involved in gardening rather than just what I do in my yard, but the soil testing to turn around and make sure that things are being done appropriately and the
Composting.
composting, it's really impressive. So I do think that would make more sense. I appreciate their suggestion. So any other questions or objection to that move?
Second.
No, do we need a motion of any type? Then we just need to authorize you to go and move
Yeah.
forward. Thank you. Then, Mike,
And just for the record, I am a gardener.
you are.
I
Good.
am, and
Green
I've
thumb?
taken my lessons to begin be a master gardener.
Really?
Yes,
You know, we're selling plots for $50 if you're interested, just
Yeah, and I
saying.
still have to pass the test. I know that if anyone wants any vegetables at 87 South Street in Red Bank, you're good to go.
Okay, so it's not required, Mary. So we can move forward with that. At this point, we're going to open then to the public since there's nothing left on the agenda. I will say we have a new addition. Every day there's something new technologically speaking here. We do have a timer that's now been put on our screen in order to make certain that everybody from the public has an opportunity to speak. Look at this. So that way you don't have to worry about anybody interrupting. I think it's great. It's the first time that we've seen this. And again, moving forward with some progress. The only thing it doesn't have is a bell. So I will ask that you be conscious of Nicole over here as that time comes up. I love it. So anybody from the public wishes to speak, please come up at this time. Anybody online, Nicole, I won't be able to see from this point, I think. So you'll let me know if somebody's on. Hi, Jeff.
Good evening, everybody. Jeff Smith, 185 Grove Street in Morgan section. Mr. Dupont, I was wondering if there was any word on the contract that was forwarded to the Board of Education.
Yes, I am having a meeting with the attorney for the Board of Education on Thursday at 10:30 at Borough Hall. So I'm meeting Mr. Bush, the real estate attorney that comes out of his office, Mr. Kaplan, and Mr. Franklin, Mr. Frankel, and myself.
Great, thank you.
Welcome.
And just as a member of Morgan First Aid and assistant captain of the squad, today is National Public Safety Telecommunications Day. So I'd like to publicly thank all our dispatchers from the Saraville Police Department and the wonderful job that they do to help all the residents of the town.
Here to that, and we second that as well. Thank you, Jeff. Anybody else from the public? Mr. Duffy? Hello, you're welcome.
Can I get a waiver for the five minutes?
Not yet. How do we? Not until, yeah, we'll keep it to the 5 and then you can come up again after everybody speaks.
Okay. First place I want to say, thank Mr. Dupont for talking to me privately. I appreciate the gratitude or, the professionalism to it. But I have an agenda and I need to go forward with it. I would like to speak to Mrs. Ma. She's the council president. What are we doing in respect to the problem we have with Mr. Frankel?
So if I can address this issue. So I talked to Mr. Duffy, and I explained to him of the issue on his opinion as to the appointment that Mr. Frankel accepted a while ago. He also provided information that he was an appointed official of the Board of Elections. It's a governor's appointment. There's a small stipend associated with it. It is my opinion that it is not a job, that it is an appointed position, and therefore it does not violate any type of definition or ordinance that Mr. Duffy prescribes. I know that the resolution that was passed a while ago, it was specifically placed on the record that Mr. Frankel had received this appointment. It was approved by the mayor and council at the time, which was a combination of both parties. Everyone understood that. And so for the foregoing reasons, I told Mr. Duffy privately, and that's what we were talking about, that I did not believe that was violative of the ordinance. Mr. Duffy had requested an easy way to remove that was just to amend the ordinance to indicate to exclude any appointments of the governor, which we can or cannot do. It's my opinion that Mr. Frankel does not violate the ordinance based on the representations that were made a while ago. The mayor and council were advised that he had accepted this appointment of the governor. And for those reasons, I did tell him that that was my opinion. I also explained to him that Mr. Frankel bleeds Sayreville Bombers blue. And I spend more time, I think, with Mr. Frankel over the weekend when things pop up. We had a bunch of issues pop up over the weekend. Mr. Frankel was the first one to call me at was right after I worked out getting my dad's bod in order for 8:30. And, I think that everyone does not see the great work that Mr. Frankel does. I see it personally, I see it professionally, and I understand, Mr. Duffy, that you did have some mixed interactions with Mr. Frankel. I explained to you also that today is this week is Holy Week. And as an example that we should be taking kindness rather than direct action of wrongfulness, that I personally, brought you in and told you what my opinion was going to be before we came to the public. I appreciate that you have an agenda, but for the record, that's the reason Kennedy O'Brien or Mayor O'Brien was mayor at the time. Everything was placed on the record at the time. Everyone understand that. And I explained to Mr. Duffy that this is an appointed position. It is a small stipend associated with the work. He also takes his vacation time to fulfill his duties as an appointment of the governor. He doesn't add any, he takes PTO time or whatever vacation time he has. So for those reasons, Mr. Duffy and I had a good discussion in 310A about why I chose to make that opinion.
Which governor?
He was appointed under Christie a couple times. Or that.
So we're condoning his bad behavior and his lawness to the ordinance all these years.
Well, again, if I could, Mr. Duffy, and it's not bad. No, hold on,
I'll
just let
let
me
you
finish.
speak.
I know, let me
My
add a
time's
couple.
running out.
Okay, no, this doesn't include your 5 minutes.
Yeah, that,
Yeah, I'll give you my 5 minutes that I have exceeded on. This is not bad behavior. Mr. Frankel was upfront with respect to when he accepted this position. He was upfront with the mayor and council at the time. Over the course of time, he has taken vacation time. He has not used any time while he was the borough administrator. And for the reasons that I explained to you, and I know we disagreed, but I explained to you also that these were the reasons why I supported this opinion. I can, remedy the situation by changing the ordinance. I don't think the ordinance needs to be changed, but that is one suggestion that you and I did agree on. So
Number
you have my 5 minutes. I'm sorry,
Number
Mr.
one, you said that's your opinion. I went and seek legal counsel,
Mhm.
and that is a paying job, even though it's appointed. Okay? That's why I'm pursuing it. Okay? Now, you're condoning bad behavior here by showing the rest of 300 employees in town that you can get away with what you want. Okay? Because if the top guy is getting away with what he wants at $221,000 a year, what is that telling the rest of the people down the road? Okay? Now I'm going to ask Michelle Marr, not you, Mr. Dupont. I'm going to give you a hypothetical. You're a smart woman. I read your bio. It's great. You have 2 boys. Am I right? Okay. Let's take the oldest boy. He's in school. You and him are studying for a big test in that class. I mean, a big test. He fails. You find out the teacher gave 3 other boys the answers to that test. Okay? What would you do? What would you do? Oh, thank the teacher?
So I don't think these situations compare. And I consulted with Mr. Dupont. I do agree with most, if not everything that he said. Dan, Mr. Frankel is available to me and to most, if not all of this council all day, every day. We all speak to him multiple times per day. I don't know how he gets any work done because as soon as he probably starts doing something, he answers a call from us. If I did not think that he was not doing his job, I'd be the first one to make someone
Yeah,
aware.
but that doesn't excuse not abiding by the ordinance.
So I think,
If a person in the town, okay, doesn't get a permit and does work in their house, and someone squeals on them, they go in there, you gotta take that all down. You can't keep that up there. You gotta take it all down. It's only an ordinance, but he does good work. Look at the work, he's fine. No, it's all together. It's an ordinance,
Mr.
and
Duffy.
he's breaking the ordinance.
Mr. Duffy, if I could, so I gave you my cell phone in our 310A meeting. If you spoke to legal counsel, I would be more than happy to entertain a conversation with him for him to support his decision and so that I could discuss it with him. I know that I explained to you that you can call me anytime and that there was the hypotheticals that you're giving are a little different than what we're discussing here. But again, I have no problem speaking to you or speaking
Yeah,
to any counsel
that-
regarding his opinion.
So it's not an opinion, it's law.
Well,
That's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about opinions. There's a couple guys in this audience that got a lot of opinions. They show their opinions to you. And you turn around and do what they ask.
no. If I
Who said
just
that?
direct, Mr.
No,
Duffy.
no, you have to
Mr.
direct
Duffy,
your
just direct your
comments up
attention
this
to
way.
here. So, Mr. Duffy, what, again,
So
I
I'm
int-
just saying,
okay,
that's an opinion. We're going by law.
well,
If
again,
he's breaking an ordinance, he's breaking an ordinance.
again,
I don't care if he works 24 hours a day. Ask where he was on the 22nd of March and the 24th of March.
again, it's a,
He was at the county.
it's an opinion, someone gave you an opinion as to the violation of the law. I'm giving my opinion as borough attorney.
Okay,
That
but
is- that
that's
is-
not law, your opinion.
Right, and again, whatever you're voicing also is an opinion, but what I am telling you, that I'd be more than happy to entertain any discussion with your legal counsel that you asked, and that I would certainly explain to him the
Well,
premises for
it's
it.
up to him. It ain't. up
Okay,
to
that's
me.
fine, that's fine.
Okay, and I'm just telling you, council people, you only need 4 votes. Don't let anybody tell you how to do and how to live. You got 4 votes. That's all we need.
What I'd like to say is you've expressed your opinions.
Yes,
You've shared your thoughts with us.
yes.
Leave it at that. Because
But it's
I
not-
don't,
I don't like bad behavior.
but so here's the thing.
You wouldn't let your
Mr.
children like that, would you?
Mr. Dupont suggested that he speak with your counsel. And I'd like that to happen. This way they can get together and they can come back to us to advise us further on that. Because I rely on the professionals for these types of decisions. I'm not a lawyer. But you've expressed your opinions about Dan. We know that you're not happy with Mr. Frankel. You've given us your thoughts, and then it's for us then to say, what do we want to do about that? Do we want to do something about it? Are you saying 4 votes, that's all we need? I don't think that anybody up here wants to be pressured into saying, oh, I better get the 4 votes today. We evaluate Mr. Frankel every day. Every day evaluate him. Every day, all day. We've got 2 new council members on here
Mr.
too.
Conti,
Been here for a couple of
Mr.
months.
Conti, let them follow the rules. Simple as that. I gotta follow the rules.
I know
You
that.
have to follow the rules.
I know.
Jay has to follow the rules. Mary has to follow the rules. What gives this man? Because the governor appointed him?
So that's
No,
the-
rules are rules.
Now, that's the thing, though. There's no convincing argument to say that he's not following the rules. And I'm going by what Mr. Dupont said and what he's advised. That's what I'm going to follow. I'm going to follow his input.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you.
Duffy. I appreciate that. Anybody else from the public wish to speak at this time? You can come up. And I don't see any on my end. You're good on that end? Okay, come on up, Frank. No, I meant online. I didn't see a hand up. That I can see, Frank. Hi, Frank.
Dr. Zeno, 32 Canal, Hartown. I just want to ask, the new seal that police put on the bag,
Yes.
will we see it, around town?
Will we see it around town? Yes, it's one of the conversations that Michelle, for the last couple of meetings, we have a couple of locations now that we're entertaining looking at. Michelle, did you want to run through those very quickly? I
Yes.
think it's a great seal and the
Oh,
color,
fantastic.
it's
I like it.
really something different. I think it fits with the direction we're moving now. So a couple of ideas. Go ahead, Michelle.
So right now, our mural artist is ready to go down at Kennedy Park. I believe she's starting with the Veterans mural first. And then the Serval logo would be saved for one of the wall balls that's behind the skate park, I believe. It would also be great on the banners that we were talking about
I
earlier.
agree. The banners that we were talking about, I think we can definitely get those done on Main Street, which is, would make a lot of sense, obviously, for, the reasons being. And then taking a look at some of the other areas that we have in town that have a tendency to draw some graffiti to them that are borough-owned. That would be another way that we can kind of go about and show our pride within our town.
But I'm with you. Any
Yeah.
ideas, I welcome, and I'll be sure to pass them along.
Because we're gonna have we're trying to have Kaylee Kronowski at our September meeting and honor her with something, because it's a historic thing, so we want to recognize her for her hard work.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And I think the more that we have this around and the more that people see this, that's part of, I think, one of the reasons why other towns have such success in keeping their town looking as bright and clean and lovely is because we show that pride. And this was a great way to do that. Thanks, Frank.
Thanks.
Anybody else from the public? All right. I see none at this point, none on that side,
I'd
Nicole.
like to make a motion to close the public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen, next meeting. Once again, I'll ask, please rise for a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you once again. Statement of publication. Jessica.
Take notice that this agenda meeting of the mayor and council being held this 11th day of April 2022 has been advertised and posted in accordance with Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975.
Roll call, please.
Councilpersons Conti.
Here.
June 4.
Here.
Mar.
Here.
Novak. Minoha.
Here.
Roberts.
Okay, we're going to move right into our communication committee reports at this time. So administration and finance, Councilwoman Novak, please.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion. The tax council, everything is listed under B, under the administrative finance agenda.
Second.
That was the second I heard.
Yes.
Thank you. Anything else, Councilwoman Novak, please?
Well, we introduced the budget tonight. The public hearing will be on May 9th. So everybody, who to get a copy.
look it over, so if we have any questions, budget is currently sitting at, with a tax increase of only 1.5 cents. We haven't had it for probably 12 years. We really work very, very hard to bring this down as low as possible and still keep the borough afloat. We are not cutting any services unlike many other towns, but we still work very hard knowing that the residents of the town are all suffering. Other than that, you know, just a couple of things. Number one, Michelle kind of mentioned it before, the Boy Scouts setting up those boxes. Joe McCoy brings the boys to so much projects. He kind of melds his job on the borough with his Boy Scouts, and they always do such great work. So I'd like to thank Joy and Joe and all of the Boy Scouts for everything that they do for us. Also, a lot of people don't realize that the volunteer fire and first aid, they do a lot of extra things like shoveling and plowing snow in the, and that's above and beyond their job, but they always do that. They do fire stations, check clear snow. So the ambulance can move. But this past, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, our fire road here at Edison Company, I drove by, and they're putting a retaining wall along
Yes.
the edge of their driveway. And I thought to myself, wow, these people are above and beyond.
Mhm.
Everything they do for the residents, and then they come back and they do, you know, they're putting their time and their effort in. Up to date. So it's really nice. Thank you, first aiders and the firemen in town, particularly. Other than that, they are progress.
Thank you very much. And yes, I saw that same scene. I was, again, they work so hard. I will say this, and I thank you for bringing up again our Boy Scouts in reference to our community garden. Michelle, if I'm jumping ahead to you, one of the things that I would like to be able to do and offer to our Boy Scouts, and especially to Gavin, again, this is his Eagle Scout project, was the actual boxes that were being made. I really want our residents to see the hard work, the dedication, and how really amazing the community garden looks. We're doing a grand opening of the community garden on Earth Day. We'll have a lot of information going out about that so people can attend and be a part of that ribbon cutting. But I would also like to invite our Boy Scouts, and especially Gavin and the young men that he's been working with, to give a formal presentation here at the council using our new technology with slideshows so that people can really understand the amount of work that goes into these projects. And I think it's something we should boast and be proud of. It's the first time that Saraville has seen this, even though we've kind of come up with the idea a few times and it never went anywhere. It's a grant program. And after Elise gave such a great presentation on ways to and reasons to go green, let's bring them in. Does anybody have an objection from the council? I'd love to offer that. I believe our next meeting would then be the day after Earth Day, right? The 25th.
And
So-
even something else to consider, Mayor, what I didn't realize until I started working with the Scouts is that any project that you choose to bring them on, they save your project money because the borough will then provide funding for materials or anything, you know, that's needed. So it is a huge cost saving. So any project ideas that you may have, if you involve the Scouts, it works to everyone's benefit. They also receive, you know, they get something out of it as well by earning badges or hours of service.
They have a great vision about how not only to just start with the community garden, but actually to grow that idea as well into other ways and going in and educating younger people. They're really remarkable young people that we have here in Saraville, and exciting to see. It's not always about just a baseball field or a soccer field or so. Our young people, our teenagers, they want to get involved in so much more. So for those that aren't really the most athletic, this is a great way to get involved in your community. So I will invite Gavin and the rest of the young men to the meeting, so that way we can see what other great ideas they have. Thanks. Moving on then, nothing else, right, Mayor? You're good, progress. Planning and zoning, Councilman Anoha, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to move the following minutes from the planning board meeting on February 16th, 2022 to be received and filed.
Is there a second?
Second.
I would also like to have our application for the temporary trailer license received from DuPont HD Microsystems to be received and filed.
Thank you. You have a resolution for that. Thanks.
And also for the notice of public hearing to be held before the Saraville Planning Board on April 20th 2022 for site plan approval for the storage shed of the Sarebrook Veterinary Hospital to also be received and filed.
And that's a second. Thank you very much. Anything else, Councilman Inoha?
But for the most part, progress. And, we're looking forward to having more updates from the planning board as well for our next meeting with the public portion. So we're looking forward to that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Councilman Inoha. Moving on to public safety, Councilwoman June Four.
Thank you. There's no meeting minutes, but I do have events that I would like to actually invite everyone to. On May 14th, 2022 at 11 a.m., the Sayreville Human Relations Committee is having a fun run and would like for all of our residents to be there. I just received the flyer and I can send it out to those who are my fellow council members, and then it will go out to everyone else and you can post it on your social media platform. And also I'd like to wish everyone from the public safety telecommunication, the happy National Day. Thank you so much to all of our dispatchers from the fire, from police, from EMS. Thank you for your service. And today is also Happy National Pet Day. Those of you who have pets, dogs, cats, fish, whatever pet, Happy National Pet Day. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? We're going to move on now to Public Works. Councilman Conti, please.
Thank you. Do I have to run that day if I come to the fun run? Because I don't
You
run.
can help us pass
It-
these
I'll
out.
pass
One
it
flyer
on.
said walkers welcomed as well.
So I do not have any minutes or departmental reports. Just a few things though. So Mary said that quick about the budget, and I really want to thank the team for that, for Dan, Denise, Mary, and your committee, myself, Michelle. But I know, you know what, you did a lot of work behind the scenes, which comes from your experience. And I think it really helped us a lot because you think of things that others really don't. We're newer, and we just don't think of those things. And you do, and you worked with Denise, and you really did a number on that budget to get it down to 1.5, which I think is fantastic. And there's a lot of good stuff in that budget, which I'm really happy about. It's not like we slashed and slashed. I mean, just going up and down that budget, there's a lot of good things in there for our town, a lot of things that we need. And for 1.5, that's pretty darn good. People won't even see that. So I just want to say thank you for that. The other thing is there anything that's not on April 23rd?
Everything's on April
I mean,
23rd.
oh my gosh, there's everything in April 23rd. It's just,
It's a big day.
ourselves.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Last Saturday was same.
But even worse, we're going to have to be in bits and pieces that day. So the couple of things that I want to say as well is I want to thank the Brain Injured Children Foundation of Sayreville for their hospitality yesterday at their event, honoring a wonderful boy named James. Such a fun-loving youngster. I was happy to be a part of it. I think they had over 500 people there, which was great. Happy to be part of the cause. So I thank them for that. I also want to say thank you to the Sayreville Little League for their opening day ceremony on Saturday, for having me there and the rest of the council as well. And I thought it was they did a really nice job. I was happy to be there with them. So I want to thank them for that. Also want to thank the SAA for the invitation to their egg hunt, their Easter egg hunt, which I thought was really, really special just because of what they did, which was to drop eggs out of a helicopter, which I thought was really, really different and really nice. The kids had a great time, really had a great time. I was just in awe of that. So I want to thank them for that. I did miss the borough egg hunt, unfortunately, but I heard that was well attended. So, all those things for the kids, that egg hunt, AA's egg hunt, the Little League. I mean, it was such a day for Sayreville on Saturday. I was just thrilled to be a part of that. On that note too, April 23rd is SAA's opening day as well. So if you have a body part that's available to go there, addition, 10 a.m. at the Morgan Field. So those of you that have been fighting for Morgan all this time, we're going to have an event there on that morning. So please come by and, bring a flag, bring yourself, bring your friends, and help us celebrate the fact that we are there and we're there to stay. So we'd love to have you there. Let's see, what else? Anything else there? No, I think that's it for me.
All
Thank
right.
you very much. Lots of good things, progress.
You're welcome. All right, let's move on then to water, sewer, and environmental. Councilwoman Roberts, please.
I have no minutes or departmental reports, but a lot of activity. And I thank you, Council President Michelle Mar, for inviting me to the Cub Scouts. So some of us did meet with the Cub Scouts so that they could get their badge to speak to their elected officials. So that was a lot of fun. We all took our picture by the giraffe mural at the school. So that was wonderful. The helicopter event, first time ever. And I got some good videos. There were 3 passes of Easter eggs being dropped on the field. So that was a wonderful event. It was a little muddy. But the first time, I think most people had an amazing time. It was a great event. Did make it to the Easter egg hunt for the Sayreville Recreation, and Mayor, I have to say, I made it in my car right before the downpour, and then I saw you running in the rain.
I know, yep. I knew it was gonna happen. It always does.
You did, okay. And then the Little League ceremony, always an honor to be there. And then, of course, there was Sunday morning, the Lions had their pancake breakfast, which was well attended and delicious, of course. And the brain injured children event was just, it was so nice to attend and get together with everyone for such a good cause, so that we've all come together to support that. And there's so much more going on. And I want to thank Jay for all his instruction for us this week, and also did a tour of the water department.
Is that an amazing place?
Amazing. 5 hours well spent, and we could have spent another 5 there. And I think we just may have to.
I
So
agree 100%. That's, and 5 hours is what I did all those years ago. And I'm telling you, forever, it's really remarkable what we have here within our town.
it's amazing what is done. And one last thing, some of you on the council know, and Mayor, you know that there was a Lewis Bay II Future Municipal Leaders Scholarship Competition. And we had asked for submissions, which we received a number of submissions. And Council President and I had selected our semifinalists. So we want to congratulate Megan Corby for the winning submission. And I'm looking forward to having her and the others here to recognize their efforts. And hopefully our submission will win one of those $1,000 scholarships.
I have faith.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much for all of that. Recreation, Council President Mar, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I do not have any minutes or departmental reports. I, of course, have committee reports. I've been crossing off as everybody has spoken of some, so I don't have to duplicate. So the ones that haven't been mentioned, I'm very excited. Dolan Street finally has our new safety features. We have the crosswalks and painted curbs, and I think we're also working on some signage. So thank you, Sergeant Braille and PD and Roads and DPW for coming through on that. This weekend, flag football started over the weekend. This was a very busy weekend. Flag football started, and we are already, putting those crosswalks to use. Also from PD, last month, they recorded 543 ticketed moving violations. So for anyone out there that is questioning or looking for that data, it's a good number. I also wanted to congratulate Elise. I bother her sometimes with many emails about what can we do about the recyclable garbage cans and, the contest that, we were looking to run. And she always has such great ideas and great explanations for why we are or are not doing things. So I really appreciate her. And I love our gifts tonight. So thank you as well. So as far as recreation, tomorrow, summer camp registration opens. I'm sure many parents are very excited. The Parks Department also put out at the Egg Hunt, they gave out the Parks and Play Passport, which is a paper book of all the events that Cerevel has to offer. And when you attend them, you go and you bring your passport, and then we have a stamp for it, and there's a prize at the end. You know, I think it's a tangible product that shows everything that our rec department does, because I don't think everyone realizes all of the events that we run. The fishing derby is also the same day as the fun day, so you can spend all day at Kennedy Park. And Kennedy Park's getting a makeover. The Shade Tree Commission is sponsoring new island landscaping down at Kennedy Park, so I'm excited about that. Our parks guys will remove all of the current landscaping that's maybe outdated or too much maintenance that requires, you know, our park guys to maintain constantly. And then we have the mural. Our artist is ready to start the mural down in Kennedy Park in honor of our veterans. So all of that. In addition, soccer's in full effect. When I was there for the helicopter drop, there were hundreds of kids participating. Lacrosse, I know, is doing extremely well. Little League opening day, I had the honor of singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Since Jerry Ust used to do it, they passed that honor on, and I was very honored.
You did a great job, by the way.
Thank you, with help from my son. The community garden, I mean, this is 2 years in the making, and I'm so excited for the commission because they really, you know, put their ideas to actuality, and just driving down MacArthur, it's so nice to see something new in that spot. And, you know, there's still plots available. If anybody's interested in buying a plot, we still have some plots available. But I'm really, really excited about that. And thank you to DPW and Parks and Joe McCoy and our scouts. They've been amazing. I'm trying to get the trailer removed from Kennedy Park, the trailer that the Panthers used to have, and it has attracted so much graffiti. We're trying to get that out of there. I know electric was cut from it so that they could begin moving it.
Councilwoman, that should be completed by the next council meeting.
Awesome. And Phil has been great. Phil keeps me updated almost daily with what his guys are doing. And, you know, it's really in a swift fashion. So thank you, Phil. And other than the banners, we talked about the banners. You said we did get permission for Main Street, Mayor, or not yet?
No, we definitely don't. I believe, did you make another copy of that packet? Because Michelle, did I pass that over to you? That packet is dense. That needs to be filled out. And I did happen to, just by happenstance, really, I ran into Nick Sfelli at the high school when picking up my daughter. So he had shown me a photo of what they were looking at putting up as far as their idea of what those banners would be. Definitely something that needs to be discussed, because I don't think that the size and the dimensions that they're looking at would really work. So before we can actually put in for approval, we have to actually show them what it is we're looking to hang, and then it goes through this whole process. So Dan, if you have another copy of that packet, we'll pass that over once again to Michelle. Take a look at that. I really think that we need to find a way to do a combined effort here, because as Frank had said, our banner now, our new seal is really a beautiful seal that we should be looking to display like many other towns do. And maybe there's a way that we can do it, maybe dual-sided, so that way you also have the bomber aspect of our town, but also Saraville Borough's new seal itself. So I think it might be another joint effort.
And last but not least, community center meeting. Do we have a meeting date?
I am
or-
ready, really, quite frankly, whenever you are able to secure the discussion and set up an appointment with Dave and with Jay. So I will make myself available as long as it's after that 3:30 time period. So really, it's just a matter of Dave's schedule and what the rest of the committee can put together. But
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
And most importantly, my birthday is on April 23rd, so you can add that to the list. And thank you, Karen. Karen's doing a cleanup in Kennedy Park with her group as well. And that's it, progress.
Very good. Thank you very much. Well, good news. They covered everything I needed to say. So progress, really just how exciting is this? 2 years where we had to wait in order to get our town back together and start putting together all of these different events. And now we have so many, we have to layer them weekend after weekend. So anytime that happens, I think it's a good time in Saraville, and I think we're doing the right thing. So to all of our, the recreation department and to every other department we have here, as well as the council, you guys are doing a great job, and keep the residents coming out and being around one another again. Business Administrator, Mr. Frankel, it's your turn.
Thank you, Mayor. Authorization to reappoint Denise Biancamano as CFO effective May 1st, 2022.
There's any objection from here, Denise, you're not allowed to object to that. So you're in, continue.
Authorization for Saraville Municipal Alliance to submit a grant application to DMHAS, grant funding for 1 year in amount of $5,000.
Okay,
We also received today the captains of the police, their contract. I just would like authorization to execute.
any objection? Okay,
Authorization to appoint Joseph Godstein as part-time janitor in the Department of Public Works effective April 18th, 2022. Yes. Also, Michelle, you forgot one thing.
no,
Impossible.
For progress, a shed is coming to the soccer. Club.
Yes.
oh,
Great.
look at that.
Okay. Also, through the help of Public Works, Phil Quigley, and in combination with Elise, the community service of the convicts are now back. May 14th, starting, we'll have them twice a month. We're going to do as best as we can, combining their cleaning and what they need to do with some of the grants that Elise can give us. I appreciate Elise for the money that she's putting out for that. And I appreciate everybody in Public Works and the parks that will, usually that's a lot of people that are out there at the same time, also doing some heavy lifts. So that will start May 14th.
Perfect.
Authorization to promote Christy Nolan to Data Entry Operator 2 in the Water and Sewer Department effective June 1st, 2022. Authorization to promote Rosie Caramella to Clerk 3 in the Water and Sewer Department effective June 1st, 2022. That is it, Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. CFO's report, Ms. Biancamano.
Thank you.
All right, Borough Engineer.
Report, Madam Mayor.
Wow, and Borough Attorney.
No report, Mayor.
It's-
No need for executive.
It's a trifecta. All right, public portion. Anybody wishing to speak on any and all matters, please come up. Seeing no one. Anybody, Nicole? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I entertain a motion to close public portion.
To make a motion to close the public portion.
All in favor? Very good. Motion to,
Second.
all in favor? Ladies and gentlemen, have a lovely evening.